Welcome to Nexus of Culture. This is a long-form editorial exploring Caribbean music from the creator's point of view. Not as genre, not as industry, but as a continuous creative practice shaped by survival, adaptation, and intention. From enslavement to the age of artificial intelligence, this is a story about how Caribbean music begins with creation. Caribbean music does not begin with genres, instruments, or institutions. It begins with creation under pressure. From the creator's point of view, music in the Caribbean was never first about polish, classification, or formal knowledge. It was about making something work with what was available, physically, emotionally, and socially. During slavery, creative expression existed under restriction. Drums were banned, language was fractured, instruments were removed. What remained was the human impulse to organize sound. The body became the first instrument. Rhythm became memory. Repetition became structure. Call and response became community. Creation preceded explanation. Music theory was not absent. It was embodied. Timing, harmony, tension, and release were understood through practice, not notation. This is the foundation of Caribbean music. Create first, understand later, or not at all. After emancipation, Caribbean creators gained space to experiment, but not abundance. Instruments were still scarce. Resources were still limited. What changed was the permission to build. This is where creation expands from rhythm into sound making. Found objects become instruments. European instruments are reinterpreted, not imitated. African rhythmic logic remains central. The steelpan exemplifies this shift. It is not merely an instrument, it is creation materialized. Sound is engineered from exclusion. Tuning becomes composition. The instrument itself becomes part of the creative act. At this stage, the Caribbean musician is not just a performer, but also a builder, a tuner, a sonic problem solver. From the creator's perspective, genre is never the starting point. Genre appears when expression stabilizes around a shared context. Calypso grows from verbal intelligence. Lyrics lead. Rhythm supports speech. Humor and metaphor protect truth. Many calypsonians were not formally trained musicians. They were analysts of society shaping melody around language. Soca does not abandon calypso, it reconfigures it. The creative goal shifts from commentary to collective movement. Tempo, repetition, and physical response guide composition. Technical theory often follows success, not precedes it. Reggae formalizes restraint. Bass carries philosophy. Silence holds weight. Musicians learn groove through feel before theory. Dancehall accelerates this logic, embracing digital tools early without abandoning rhythmic ancestry. These genres reveal the Caribbean creator's comfort with hybridity. Influence is material, not threat. Structure is learned through doing. Mastery is measured by response, not credentials. Across all genres, the creative approach is consistent. Express first, test in community. Refine through reaction. A critical truth connects all of this. Formal music education was not the primary driver of Caribbean music creation. Historically, institutions were inaccessible. Knowledge was communal, skill developed through immersion. Many musicians encounter formal theory later, if they choose to. Often this happens after success, when entering studios, when arranging for larger ensembles, when teaching or collaborating internationally. Others never pursue theory at all and still produce culturally essential work. This is not absence of discipline. It is discipline acquired through lived practice. Migration shifts the creator's role again. In the diaspora, memory replaces geography. Studios replace yards. Recording replaces ephemerality. The creator must now consider documentation, distribution, and longevity. Creation is no longer only about performance. It becomes about preservation. AI does not interrupt Caribbean music creation. It fits its historical pattern. From the creator's point of view, AI is a tool, not a replacement. It accelerates experimentation. It reduces technical friction. Crucially, AI does not eliminate musicians or trained producers. Instead, lesser trained creators gain access to exploration. Experienced musicians gain efficiency, flexibility, and expanded creative bandwidth. Producers gain time, inspiration, and new workflows. The advantage of trained practitioners remains interpretation, judgment, refinement, and cultural grounding. As always, survival depends on adaptation, not resistance. From enslavement to emancipation, from folk instruments to steelpan, from village yards to studios, from analog to AI, Caribbean music follows one unbroken logic. Creation comes first. Tools change, intent remains. Community validates. Adaptation ensures survival. Genres, technologies, and platforms evolve. The creative intelligence that drives Caribbean music does not. You've been listening to a Nexus of Culture editorial. This piece is part of an ongoing exploration of Caribbean culture, creativity, and legacy, told from the point where all culture begins, the act of creation itself. The written version of this story is available through Nexus of Culture at reveriefaces.com/journal.